That's all I got to do.
Here's a pretty face.
No, let's not get carried away. Usually darker in the garage when we do it. They can't see us as well.
Yeah, nice.
All right. And when you want to be done, you just
Okay.
tap me or
All right.
whatever. So
It needs
in
to
case
be
we
under
get
an
going.
hour. I need to be.
Oh no, we won't go an hour.
Yeah.
Unless
Depends
you're
on how much
really
you
going
talk.
to tell a lot of stories, but
Yeah.
no, we'll 20, 30 minutes would
Yeah,
be
perfect.
more than happy for us.
Yeah. Awesome.
All right. Hey, we're here at Hoagie's Garage.
Well, technically not.
Oh no, we're not, are we, Toby?
This is a better backdrop than we got in the garage.
That's just habit to say that.
Yeah, I know. It's Hoagie's Garage live from Brandon.
Live from Brandon, from the new shop.
Remote location.
Yeah, from remote location. There, that's a good way to put it.
Oh.
See if anybody can figure out where we're at.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be hard for them.
No. Once you see the orange, you know.
And thanks so much, David Gravel, for being on our show tonight. We really appreciate it and taking the time. We know you come up here, you got your own things doing. You have a show later tonight?
Yes, sir. Yep. It's going to be 8:30 Eastern, so 7:30 this time. Always got stuff going on, and yeah, it's all promoting the sport, promoting our team, and promoting David Gravel as well.
Yeah.
Who you got on your show tonight?
It's going to be Cody, and then I think we're going to have a couple people call in. Not sure who will call in or not.
Okay.
But it'll be more just like a BS session, kind of like this.
Kind of like we do.
Yeah. Just.
And you don't know exactly what's going to happen, which is how we do it.
Yep. And nothing planned. I don't have a planned guest where we're going to talk about these specific items. Do something a little bit different, a little bit more laid back,
Well,
and have fun.
You see our notes that we have for the questions we're going to ask you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Is that how you do yours?
Not all the time. I have like a kind of like a checklist of what topics I want to touch. And then some people, I'm sure you guys know, it's easy to talk to somebody for an hour, or then it's hard to talk to somebody more than 10 minutes.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know? It just depends on how that conversation goes. And, when I had Kyle Larson on a couple years ago, we were on, I think, for about 3 hours. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it wasn't planned to be.
Yeah.
It just kind of how everything just snowballed.
I think that was like bathrooms in there, breaks and everything.
Oh, yeah.
big breaks. Yep.
Yeah, yes, that was not planned either.
Heck, one that Swank took the phone with him.
Yep.
He didn't even say, "I'll be back in a minute."
That's it, man.
Oh, he was fun. We had him on our show too. He's a character.
He's one of a kind.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I was liking this. We went with our makeshift tablecloth. We got a bunch of fire suits, and
Yep.
we got 2 Gravels, and then we got a Swindell and a Delansky.
Yeah, pretty
And
cool.
I said, "Shoot, now we've had them all on the show." So,
Absolutely.
Sammy, I think is he our top speed demon on the road?
He had a V8.
And Boss Hog, which is a
And a
V8
motorcycle.
and
Yep.
a Harley, whatever. And I thought he was 230.
Yeah, I thought so.
He was going with it.
Really?
Yeah. And we had one other guy in
I'm
the
not
twos.
going 230 on a motorcycle, that's for sure.
I can't remember I can't say who the other one was
I
anymore.
thought Cy Lynch was
Cy
up there.
Lynch and the supercar, whatever you want to say, one of them hopped up things, they were over 2 something.
Okay.
That's one of our questions for later.
All right.
And when I know you got some cars
Yeah.
that you play with at home
Yeah, I don't go that fast. I like going fast in a short time.
in a circle.
Well,
you
in a
drag
straight
race
line
with them.
too. Yeah.
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 I'm gonna have you scoot forward just a little bit.
Yep.
Our hot rod mic is a little faint. So
Yeah, no problem.
So typically what we do in our show is we kind of go way back, and we're more like of an informative show, and we like to just give, how did you even get started into racing? I mean, so we're gonna go way back. We're gonna test your memory.
Yep.
How did you get started, and then just kind of feed your way up through till now. I mean, Tobe and I don't need to talk, so.
And you can realize you can make up any names and numbers you want
Yeah,
for
I know.
years because we have no idea.
Yeah,
So unless you got somebody else that's going to watch and call you out on it,
Yeah.
we're good to go.
Yeah, I won't go over fine details and wins and stuff because I really don't know all those answers back in the day. But I started in 1999. I was, I believe, roughly 6 years old and raced quarter midgets. And where I'm from, the racing doesn't exist in Connecticut. It's
Yep.
mostly all pavement racing. So, we were big NASCAR fans growing up and did the pavement route with, the quarter midgets and did that from 99 to 2005, and after 2005, we had a track in Massachusetts, which was about an hour and a half from where we live, and started dabbling in 250 micro sprints. At that time, we had a sponsor as well bought us a legend car that we tried
okay.
on pavement. So we did the pavement legend car. I think it was a Tuesday or a Wednesday. They raced locally at a Waterford Speed Bowl in Connecticut, and then Whip City Speedway was Saturdays, and we did the dirt thing. Really loved the dirt. Kind of went that route. It was a 250 rookie class, and he moved up to the 270, which is it's like a CR 250 two-stroke motor. They got the big pipes on the left side.
Snappy motors.
Yeah, they're just as fast as a 600 in that time. A lot cheaper to run. The motors blew up a lot, but a lot more simple engine than four-stroke, four-cylinder electronic fuel injection. So we got more serious. We started traveling to Pennsylvania weekly. Got to watch my first sprint car race at Lincoln Speedway and thought that was really, really cool. And then, kind of fell in love with that and raced the 600s for a few years. And then we went to sprint cars, the URC series, which is a 360 sprint car series. That's a regional deal in our area. It's actually the oldest sprint car series in America.
Oh, really?
It's been around the longest of any series. So a lot of history there. People like Kramer Williamson were one of the flagship guys that carried the torch there for a while. Kurt Michael, he won the championship, I believe, the most in series history. We did that for one season. Luckily, our one sponsor, JRC Transportation, stepped up for us. We ran a World Outlaws show at Lebanon Valley with our 360, which Lebanon Valley was like the closest big dirt track to where we were from.
Sure.
So a lot of people came out, and we ran pretty competitively with a 360. That one all went good, and we're like, all right, what's the next step? And we won one race with URC, so that was a big deal. You were the youngest winner in history in that. And we wanted to go 410 racing. And we've been doing all this racing with my family crew. Like from quarter midgets to where we got to 360s was the same people that this guy Earl Riley, he's my crew chief from then to there. Like my dad really wasn't a fine details mechanic guy on the race cars. He made sure we had nice looking stuff and had everything prepared, but Earl was like my crew chief, and we're successful up until then when we thought we could race 410s nationally, and we hopped on the All-Star Tour, and we went to Volusia Speedway, which is a place where you blow up a lot of motors. Well, we did that. We blew up a couple motors.
Volusia's hard on them.
Yeah, so big learning curve year one with 410 racing, and very quickly did we find out that we can't race the All-Stars from Connecticut with a family crew that works normal jobs.
Yeah.
We were way over our heads. So the first year was a lot of learning. We hired somebody to kind of take over, but then that following season we hired Rob Hart, and Rob Hart been around a long time, and he really straightened out our program. And we started being more consistently up front. We raced Dale Blaney and Tim Schaefer in their primes. Dale Blaney was in the TI-22 car, and Tim Schaefer was in the 83 car, and they kicked our butts every night. Right? I didn't win many races. Those guys stole all the wins. They're bullies, but they're great people to learn off of. Dale Blaney, I feel is a very, very good race car driver. Tim Schaefer, in that little bit of era there, he was awesome. The 83, he would win a lot of all-star races, several World Outlaw races every year, and obviously he won the Knoxville Nationals in that car. So learned from getting our butt kicked with those guys, which was good, but my career...
You can't expect to win starting out. Not against that stuff.
No.
You want to.
But you do.
You want to, but realistically, you kind of got to take it.
Were all those, everything growing up, family owned?
Yeah, so everything was family owned till the 360 deal.
Okay.
And then after that, JRC Transportation purchased a truck and trailer for us. They bought 3 cars and 2 engines, and that showed up to our house, or to Connecticut, vinyl wrapped,
Really?
assembled, ready to go.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's cool.
And then we had all our stuff. We had an old Kodiak Chevy toter home. We had a gooseneck trailer. We had an Eagle chassis, and we had 2 360 engines. So at that point, we sold everything.
Sure.
And clumped that money
And
to put
went
into the
racing.
race team.
Yep.
And we went racing. So the 89G was called DDR Motorsports. It stand for Dave, and Ray. Me, my dad, and Ray Capello, who owns JRC Transportation. And that's what we did. They gave me 4 years in that race car, and along the way, we were able to win a couple Outlaw shows, win a couple All-Star shows. won a prelim night at Knoxville Nationals, did some good things. And
Yeah.
after that 4th year, it was time to go out on our own. And our first opportunity after that was the Phoenix Racing 59 car. Jack Conshield drove it a little bit, Tim Kading drove it a little bit, Lee Jacobs, Kenny Jacobs, a lot of
Big
different
names.
people ran it. They were like a regional team. They didn't get to race a lot, but they loved racing. And Tom and Sherry Lighting, they're actually from Jupiter, Florida, which I live pretty close
Yep.
to. So that was my first opportunity to go out and race, and that all went okay. But Tim Kading got booted out of the Roth Motorsports car, and Roth gave me a call, and that really put me on the map.
Yeah.
And I won my second night in the Roth Motorsports car
Second night, right away.
at Eldora, at the Outlaws show. So
That solidifies your seat for a while, if you can win
yeah,
that quick.
yeah, Dennis likes to win, but
He does.
we won our, then the following weekend we went to Wilmot, Wisconsin, and I won that weekend. So we won our first 2 out of 4 races.
Oh,
so,
damn.
Which is a great thing, but if you don't keep winning,
Yeah,
right,
that sets the bar pretty high.
then it's expected. So, yeah, that's how that went, and the Roth thing carried over to the next year. Halfway through that year, got fired right before Devil's Bowl, hopped into the Destiny Motorsports 7 car, finished the season with the World of Outlaws in that car, and then that season was over. Then we parted ways with the 7 car, and that's where my career really took off, was going with CJB Motorsports in 2016. And that was the first season. I was a rookie in 2013 with the World of Outlaws, but in my career, I never ran the whole World of Outlaw tour, or ran the whole World of Outlaw tour with one car.
Until the CJB.
Till the CJB. The previous season, I ran a third of the season with Roth, and then the final 2/3 in the Destiny car. And then the year I was Rookie of the Year, I got sick with mono after Knoxville Nationals, and I missed the whole second West Coast swing after the Nationals. But due to the rules and stuff, and I was the only guy running for Rookie of the Year that year, I was able still to get points, fund money, and be Rookie of the Year that year. So
That worked out in your favor then.
yeah, we had a little bit of a bumpy road, but I felt like Roth was a great opportunity and kind of solidified me as
Yeah.
a legit guy, right, that can
Yep.
do it. But the CJB deal really then, that's when my career, I felt like I became a top 5 driver in the country when I got in that car.
Yep.
And had a greatly prepared team, and had great 3 years with them. Our first season we won 9 races. The second season we won 18 outlaw races and 2 non-outlaw races, so we have 20 races that one season. And then our third year together was our least amount of wins, but we won, I believe, 5 races that year. Each year we ran third in the points. I think each year we were behind Donnie, and I don't know if Brad didn't run second every year. I think Pittman was running second in the points then. So to run third in the points 3 years in a row, I thought at that point in my life and career, it was pretty damn good.
Oh yeah, I would call that a win.
Yeah.
So jumping back a little bit, did your dad race at all, or were you like the first one to start racing in the family?
Yeah, so actually my mom has a little bit of family history of racing.
Okay.
She did a couple enduro races back in the day, but my dad was more working on cars and just loved NASCAR. He owns a body shop at home, so just been involved with cars forever, but his family didn't have any money, so they weren't able to race growing up. They just didn't have the means to do it. He has 4 brothers and a sister, so he had a pretty big family, so.
And you raced with one, then you got to race with the rest of them.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was good. It was good. But yeah, my dad just loved racing, and yeah, no direct ties, but it was around. There's a distant cousin of mine's called Marcel Gravel is his name, and he races in Vermont. He races pavement late models in Vermont.
Okay.
So there's a little bit of it in my mom's side and my dad's side, but nothing like
family.
Like my dad's not Steve Kinzer or Jack Conshield.
Yeah. We get it.
Absolutely.
So, and then you've been now with Big Game for what, this year, 3rd year or 4th?
4th. So just to set back at CJB was 3 years. So it was 16, 17, 18 was in CJB, and then I had 2 years with JJR. 2019 and 2020, COVID year. 2019 we were successful, and we won the Knoxville Nationals that year in 2019. 2020. Got that opportunity to dabble in that NASCAR truck stuff with Jeff Gordon. And COVID really, put a damper on all those plans. Supposed to race Eldora truck race, and the Eldora truck race never happened. That was a bummer. And I was supposed to race 6 races that year, and only got to race 2 truck races. There was no practice or qualifying.
Yeah.
So we just
You
went out
show
there,
up and run.
showed up and run, which was not ideal. My first truck race, I ran 10th, which I thought was amazing. And then the second race, I crashed. And, that was kind of the end of it. It's just Hendrick kind of put all their efforts towards getting Kyle Larson. Kyle Larson was available at the time with the Ganassi thing. He's splitting up. He's a free agent. So Kyle Larson becoming available. Jeff Gordon,
David
California.
Gravel run 2 races for us. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Kyle Larson's won in the NASCAR Cup Series. So
Yeah.
it was an easy decision for them to take Kyle Larson. That was going to be a big project.
Yeah.
Long way to go where you could plug Kyle in. He's already experienced in the Cup Series.
Yeah,
So
just stick him in the car.
yeah, that's kind of what happened with that situation. And we ran. I didn't race for a full World of Outlaw Championship in 2020 because I missed some races. Ran my first Silver Crown race, which was awesome. I think I missed 6 races, but we still ran like 6th in the points that year in driver points, even though I'm not eligible for points fund money. But if I ran all those races that year by the stats and all the analytics, like we could have won the championship that year if I ran every race. If I finished consistent, if I finished my average finish for those races I missed, by the math, we could have won the championship. So that was like a double-edged sword. It was like an opportunity for me that I couldn't pass up at the time, and I have no regrets doing it. But it's like it could have been such an amazing experience and opportunity for me, and it just all didn't work out. So not only did I give up potentially winning a World Ball Out Championship,
the Cup thing, or the NASCAR thing.
The NASCAR thing didn't work out. So it's like if you go back and look at it, it's like, man, I would have been financially better and maybe could be a 2-time World Ball Out champion right now. But I don't regret my decision because you can't see into the future. When Jeff Gordon and Hendrick is like offering you things, you got to try it out. And my dream growing up, dirt fans don't like to hear it, but I didn't see a sprint car race. I was like 14. So like my original dream and goal in my life was to be a NASCAR driver. I was a big Dale Jr. fan, and obviously I was a Jeff Gordon fan and Mark Martin fan, but that's what we did growing up was
Mark Martin.
Mark Martin was my guy.
He's a cool dude. I like Mark. But just that was the original goal, and now for me, learning the business of NASCAR and stuff, we're so lucky in the dirt world. It's just not the corporate world, you know what I mean? You can be a little bit more yourself. There's less handcuffs and stuff on you in the dirt world, and you could race off your talent still some. And now I feel like 10 years ago is a lot different than today. A lot of, pay your way rides and family money and family teams. And there are less teams today that hire drivers like Todd does. So many more 10, 15, 20 years ago.
You got a sponsor to bring with you.
There's maybe 4 or 5 guys like Todd that truly just hire guys to race and get paid to do it.
So I want to go back in your story just a little bit. You talked Silver Crown. You wanted to run racing there, and we had Jack Hewitt on.
I knew you were going to bring this up.
I have to, because I thought it was hilarious. He explained it to one gentleman. He told us, running a Silver Crown, he said, just go to the bar, pick yourself up a big woman, take her home. He says, and it's going to be a little different. It's going to feel different, but it's still going to be fun in the end. That's how he explained the Silver Crown. So I was going to ask how you would explain the Silver Crown.
I don't have those one-liners like Jack Hewitt. I know that. He was one of a kind. He's a one-of-a-kind guy.
He dropped a lot of them that night, too.
That was
awesome.
It's just those older guys, you have these, sayings from the Midwest or whatever. It's like, where the hell did they come up with these
We try to do
one-liners?
what we call the legends.
Yep.
We do a bunch of guys during the off season, when we can catch them or whatever. And it's just fun because I always figure they're going to tell you just how it was.
Yep.
They don't have to worry about pissing off no sponsor or anything like that because they're done.
Yeah.
So they're going to say, well, this guy did this and this,
Yeah, you're going to hear it.
And some
real
of
and raw.
some of the stuff they did. We had Keith Kaufman on just a week or so ago.
Yeah.
And we always ask, what was something crazy that you done on the track? We've had guys run without floor panels in. And
somebody did that at Eldora, I believe. I don't know if it was Jack Shield or somebody, but
Yeah.
I know somebody. I think they still won the race with no floor pan at Eldora.
And he finished his heat race with the car on fire. An oil line or something come loose, car's on fire. He's like basically on fire, but he finished the race. Like his tear-offs were melted to the visor. He had put a new visor and stuff on, but he finished the race and they fixed the car and finished the night. But
isn't that crazy? Just like safety back then, like, oh look, he's on fire. That's probably badass and cool.
yeah,
looking, you know,
yeah.
like,
Oh, look at him go.
yeah, like now it's automatic red flag.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's just.
I don't know if he said how many laps he went, but it was a lap or
probably
two.
exaggerated a little bit.
What? That's
you
fine.
know?
That's why we like them guys. They can tell us whatever stories they want.
Because they might not even remember it completely anymore.
And
so
there's
it's
no
right.
video evidence of it.
Yeah.
See, that's like when we were growing up, because we're old enough, there's no video proof of what we did as kids. Now it's all on them phones and everybody gets caught for stuff now. We got away with all sorts of stuff.
Yep.
So you kind of brought up, the way the sport is and everything else. You have a show, Gio, Dom. I mean, all these guys have shows. We have a show. Ours is minute compared to what you guys do. But do you feel sprint car racing is somewhat at its all-time high with dirt and flow and or what's? I mean, a guy that drives, you get to see the crowds, you get to see everything. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think it's at the all-time high since I've been around, but I wasn't there in my, opinion, the golden years.
Yep.
Yeah.
The 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, the TNN days, the Bristol days, more corporate sponsors. I feel like that was maybe the golden era, and I don't know exactly, a lot of those tracks were built, Charlotte, Vegas, Texas, all those great Bruton Smith built tracks at the time were all being used and were brand new state-of-the-art facilities. So I don't know if it was bigger than it is today, but I'm going to say yes, just because I feel like more of the general population might know today what a sprint car is.
Yeah.
Just because it's as simple as
It's out there.
swiping on TikTok or Instagram or Facebook on these reels or shorts, right? There's going to be people by accident see a sprint car and learn what it is. And then at Flow Racing, if you're a drag racing fan or a wrestling fan, right, you're going to see what the heck are these sprint car or these street stock looking things, which are late models, you know what I mean? Like, what are these? They're going to by accident probably cross-platform and watch it. So I think the streaming thing and social media is bringing more eyes to the sport than ever.
And if they watch it once, they'll figure out this is way better than watching NASCAR. But that's my own opinion.
I would hope so. But to me, TV is okay, but there's nothing that replaces in person.
Oh no, there's nothing better than
so-
sitting over here in the stands or in the infield. It's-
Like, to me, the people that get handicapped the most that are NHRA fans, right? Like, all you watch on TV doesn't really do much justice, but you go in person and watch a NHRA top
and your
field.
chest is shaking when they go by.
I mean, it is a way different experience. Now, that's what I think holds dirt racing back, is it's dirty, it's messy, it's not clean. So convincing your old lady or your girlfriend or your daughters to come to the race that maybe like the way they look and wear nice clothes, those type of people aren't going to probably like it that much. That's why I feel like it's so important for us to have facilities like here at Houston's and Charlotte and Knoxville and Eldora and stuff like that to introduce these new people into the sport, because not everybody likes to get showered in dirt. Now, most guys love to do that, but I think that's what holds us back a little bit, like to ever being NASCAR. Just because if everybody hears about racing, I feel like the general population will say NASCAR or Formula One, right? And nobody knows really what a sprint car is yet. But I think like Flow and Dirt Vision and World Racing Group, that is their goal. Is to get the general population percentage up to know what a sprint car is. Because I think if we gain that, like, yes, people don't want to go to a NASCAR race and watch a 3-hour race and sit there the whole time. And you go to a sprint car race and it's a barn burner, you know what I mean? Like, their adrenaline.
Passing. There's passing.
Their adrenaline's going to be pumping.
Absolutely.
And going to the streaming stuff with Flow and Dirt has been wonderful for us. Because we don't travel that many tracks. I mean, I got to go to Pennsylvania. I get to go to Vegas. And I get to go back to Pennsylvania again this spring. Otherwise, we've done Knoxville, and then the tracks close by, Jackson, Hartford. We do the local tracks. But you guys, again, 3 of the brothers went to Kings Royal down to Eldora. So we've gotten to a few, and we want to try and get up into North Dakota once this year. The Eisenchank girls thought we should come up there sometime.
Yeah, I think we have I don't know if we have a 2-day show at
They
Fargo
said there
now.
was a 2-day show.
Yeah, Fargo's a cool track. I mean, Grand Forks is a cool track as well, but I like Fargo than I do like Grand Forks in my opinion. But I think are we going to Deer Creek this year, I think? Possibly, and then that Ogilvy track, that's a pretty cool track as
Yeah.
well. Not terribly far away.
No,
We want to go
no.
somewhere new.
Yep,
And it's
absolutely.
just, but we get to sit and watch, we get to watch Volusia, we get to
Well, we
watch
have
the
3
stuff in
TVs
Kelso.
and we watch everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
So
miss
we
nothing.
don't have a life.
It's-
Well, we
yeah,
miss if we
yeah.
get focused on the wrong TV, so
Yeah,
we don't
that's
kind of holler
hard.
at each other.
I have
But
YouTube
But-
TV and they do a split screen deal, and like, I don't know if I really like the split screen deal because it's hard to focus. If you're looking
Yes.
at this for a second, you only got the audio on that one.
Yeah.
It's like hard to do.
And we'll say that the A's always happen at the same time.
Yeah.
I
It's
mean,
a-
there
it's
can
a-
be
it's a-
way
it's-
off, and then it comes to the A's, and they're running at the same
and
time.
they're like 3 laps apart.
Yeah.
The one takes the green, the other one's doing the 4 wide, and it's like, damn it.
So, is there a track that you haven't won at that you really, really want to win at?
Huh, that's
Oh, we had a good question, bud.
Wisconsin. Been a great
Are you going to go
state.
state by state?
No. no.
Just kidding.
Well, I haven't won at Port Royal, but we don't race there anymore. So Port Royal would be one, and Cedar Lake I ran second in an Outlaw show 7 times before I won my first World Outlaw race there. And then Beaver Dam, I don't know if it was last year, but the year before I ran second there at both events. I think I ran second there or the podium, probably 5 or 6 times on the podium. At Beaver Dam and never won. So Beaver Dam and probably Port Royal are the 2 that I haven't won at that I definitely want to.
Port Royal's the nicest city. That's where I'm going to go. We go out there.
That place
Bob
has come
White
a long
Memorial.
way. Yeah, you'll see Keith Coughlin there. Maybe
Yep.
you've already met him,
That's,
and that's
well,
why.
that's where I got his number.
Yeah. Great facility.
Kenny Jacobs
Yep, Kenny
lined
Jacobs.
us up. Well,
Yeah,
we'd had Kenny,
yeah.
but
Yep.
then Kenny's like, you got to talk to Keith yet.
Yeah.
He's like, you know what Keith looks like? Well, it's been a while. Well, if I come walking by and there's a guy about this much taller than me, that'll be Keith.
He's a big guy.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's just, but to get to watch it all, whether it's on the TV or the ones we get to go to, you said it, for us, there's nothing like being at the track.
Yeah.
The dirt, the methanol fumes, the atmosphere, it's, and what I really like about being there is a lot of times the race might be for 8th and 9th.
Yeah.
If
not
you're
gonna
a
see
half
that
a lap
on TV.
ahead,
Yeah.
I don't need to watch you.
If David Gravel spins out and we want to be able to watch him come through the whole field,
Well, yeah.
you can't do that on
No, you can't do it on
Florida.
TV
Yeah.
because they
Yeah.
stay towards the front. You
Yeah.
know the guy that had a bad night.
Yep.
Like Donnie did a couple times this year, had to come out of the B.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And you want to watch that,
Yep.
and he's going to end up in the top 5
Yeah, but on Dervish, you only see him when he
once he gets to
gets
the
that
top.
top 5 or 6.
Yep.
Then you're gonna see him. But
So
before
that's
that,
my only complaint with it.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's
Yeah.
wonderful we get to watch it. But
Yeah, I
that's the benefit of being at the track.
Yeah, I think that's the reason why it's people want to be there, right? Because
Yeah.
you get the craving that you get to see who won the race and everything on TV, but you don't get to see it all. But it's just the atmosphere. You guys know, like High Bank Nationals.
Oh,
say
man.
this Saturday night, you just feel it, right? And
Yep.
I don't know if you've been to Knoxville Nationals a lot,
Yep.
or if you've been to the Kings Royal a lot, but you just get the goosebumps, you just feel it.
Is
Right?
it's extra for the drivers too?
Yeah, for sure.
Like you go to Knoxville, and the town quadruples in size.
Oh yeah,
For
probably
that
more
week,
than that. Yeah.
and there's campers and motorhomes and tailgating and
Yeah.
there's people everywhere.
It's like a football game. Half the people don't even go to the race. They're
Yeah.
just down there to party and have a great
Oh,
time
yeah. Yep,
and be a part of it.
It's
So,
the atmosphere.
absolutely.
For
Well-
what it's worth, Snow and my wife, they said we're doing a good job.
Oh, okay.
You're doing a good job, David.
Good partner, telling
Yeah.
your wife, telling you're doing a good job.
We like to pick on Snow a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Snow and Shane, have you ever watched their show? I'm sure you're so busy, you probably
Yeah.
don't. I shouldn't have even asked that.
Oh,
But
it's all good.
Shane Stewart and Snow Giddings do
Okay.
a show, and it's absolutely awesome. So we give each other a lot of plugs because we support them, they support us,
Yeah,
and it's
nice.
great.
Yeah,
So,
awesome.
but we better,
Yeah,
we're
let
taking
him go.
up too
He's got
much
more
of his
to do.
time
He's
here.
got his
So-
own show to do
Yeah,
yet.
no problem.
So these are just some fun questions here for you. But what's your favorite kind of ice cream?
Definitely, I think I'm mint chocolate chip guy.
Okay, mint. I didn't
Can you
mean
read
to
the
nice.
front? It's
Yep, I
better
got it.
than close.
It's just way better if it was right here. That Mo got glasses on.
Yeah.
Cat or dog person? Or neither?
Definitely a dog person. Have you ever watched The Secret Life of Pets? It's a cartoon
yeah. Oh,
movie.
yeah.
Like, hilarious. They, like, really throw some shade at cats. Like, nothing against cat people, but it's like either you get a good one or a bad one, where I feel like there's more good dogs than there is good cats.
Yeah.
Some cats just like to be the heck away from everybody, and they like to do their own things. And then, I don't know if you've seen these videos of cats getting scared, and they jump 10 feet in the air, and they freaking go flying. Like, there's some
The
freaking...
toaster pops up and
There's
freak
some
out.
friggin' hilarious cat videos. Nothing against cat people at all. I like a nice cat, but
I had
I'm
one.
more of a dog
Well, the
person.
wife had one.
I had a cat too growing up, so I had both, but I prefer dog.
So, real quick, this isn't, I
We
should
get
have had this one
sidetracked.
on there, but, your little one, do you have a favorite show?
There's a lot of them. He loves The Secret Life of Pets right now, but definitely Cars, the movie.
Cars,
Yeah,
That's my favorite.
yeah,
That's my favorite
he
movie.
loves all the Cars.
I got a 3.5-year-old granddaughter, Bluey, right now. Learned to Bluey pretty hard.
Yeah, he likes a lot of things, but
She likes most movies. I mean,
Yeah.
I get to watch all the Disney movies. My daughter was a freak when it comes to Disney. We never missed one.
yeah.
I mean, we still go to every Disney movie when it comes out. Just now we get to take the granddaughter
Did you
along.
go
So
to
it doesn't look
Moana?
like three old people yet.
Did you
I
go
didn't
to-
get to go to the new Moana.
No, all right.
No,
Levi
I went
likes
without
Moana,
me.
so
Yeah.
he hasn't watched Frozen yet, but that's kind of like a girl movie. But he's heard the song like 3 or 4 times, and he like loves it already.
Yeah, so
he hasn't
well, you
even
better
watched
show
the
it to
movie.
him.
Yeah.
Pull up Disney Plus. You'll be good to go.
Oh yeah.
Do you have any hobbies other than racing?
Yeah, a big car guy. Big football fan. Do fantasy football every year. I won my championship this year, so that was cool in fantasy football. But I love sports and I love cars. I get to work on my cars. Don't drag race anymore. Don't have the time, and the drag strip that was close to me closed down. So love tuning on cars, building cars, and going fast in the street for fun. But since having Levi, there's less and less of that.
Who's gonna win Penn State, Notre Dame tonight? They're playing right now.
Yeah, college football I don't follow like super close. So I know some people that are Notre Dame fans, and obviously know a lot of Penn State fans because of sprint car racing. So I'm gonna go Notre Dame.
Okay. Ohio State, Texas.
So I don't know. I'm gonna say Texas. Ohio State, they've been good for a long time, but like when I was growing up, I loved Vince Young. When he won the national championship for the Longhorns. So I want to see, what is it? Peyton's nephew, right? Is that Peyton Manning's kid?
Yep.
He's the backup quarterback,
Yeah.
but I like maybe something happens. Quinn Ewers gets hurt, and Manning gets to go in and like win it. That would be cool.
There you go.
So I gotta ask, how many project cars you got going at home now?
Yeah, too many. I got like 3. I got 2 must. Let's see.
So your one Mustang's pretty nice the last time
I
I saw
have 3.
it.
I have 3 Mustangs, and hopefully they're not all projects, but 2 of them are for sure project cars.
There you go.
Yep.
So if you do get a free moment when you're home, you got something you can do to
Yeah.
keep yourself entertained.
My GT500 I have, it's a 2020. That is like ruined me to have a project car because the new ones are so good. For such little mods that you can do to a car, how fast they are.
Oh, yeah.
And of all the creature comforts, it's just really hard to like the older stuff
Yeah.
because I'm not home a lot to work on them, and the battery's always dead.
Yep.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It's all the
Oh,
stupid
yeah.
shit for me. It's like I need simplicity.
Yep.
It's gonna start. It's gonna haul
Let's go.
ass. Make me smile.
Then if you're up here, if you're like me, I got an old pickup, but I park it in the wintertime, don't want to drive in the salt and crap.
For sure.
So
Yep.
now you don't get to see it for 5 months.
Yep. Yep.
All right, we gotta keep going.
Okay. Where are we at? Okay. Favorite movie?
Favorite movie? That's hard to say. I would probably be better with a top 5, but like growing up, I loved all the comedy stuff. I felt like my teenage years, we had so many amazing movies that came out. Step Brothers, White Chicks, I loved.
Tommy Boy?
Yeah, that was good. The American Pies I liked
Yeah.
back in the day. Those were so funny in their time. Big Vince Vaughn fan, like Wedding Crashers
Yep.
was a great movie back then. But Fast and the Furious was a big part of my life. Fast and Furious, Too Fast, Too Furious, and then Tokyo Drift was okay, and then it got way crazy
Now
after
they're
that.
up to, now they're up to, what,
Yeah.
10?
No, they're past that. Yeah,
Are
it's
they
like
past
it's
10 already?
insane. Yeah.
I
So
don't know.
like to me, it's like I don't know. Fast and Furious 1 and 2. The car thing was really cool. And Days of Thunder. There's a lot of great ones. Talladega Nights, you know.
Yeah.
The obvious
You
ones.
can just keep going and going.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like Dom when we were talking food.
Everything.
Well, he broke it down to Chinese,
Okay.
steaks.
I'm a big foodie, so I like to cook. So I love
we
food
asked you
too.
that after a while too.
So, you grew up in Yukon, or Connecticut, and now you're in Florida, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So, snow or rain, which do you prefer?
As a kid, for sure, snow.
Yeah.
Nowadays, they both aren't great. When you become a homeowner and you got to shovel and salt and stuff, you know that. Luckily, I don't have to deal with snow where I live now, but I definitely like a good snowstorm if I don't have to deal with it all the time.
Yep.
I like snow.
I'm looking forward to him in 7 years when I retire.
Yeah.
And I got to plow the roads now, and that sucks.
Yeah.
If you're going to be stranded on an island, what type of music do you have to have along to listen to?
That changes as age goes, I feel, you know. I'm a big, like, rap, hip-hop guy, but I'm starting to like country a little bit more and more now. You know, growing up, I had, like, the punk rock thing, you know, Green Day and All-American Rejects and stuff like that. So that's tough to say, but I think, like, for me, I like Drake a lot, so I'd probably, you know, be on, like, a hip-hop type of thing. Probably just keep you pumped up, my energy up, you know. I vibe the best with that sometimes.
Favorite place to go out to eat?
There's a really high-end place back home. It's on Palm Beach Island near like where Mar-a-Lago is, and it's called Flagler Steakhouse. And we usually go for only like an anniversary or a birthday, and it's a really, really good spot. It's very expensive, but it's very good. So
That's why you go once or twice a year.
Yeah, twice a year max. So I'm gonna go there.
You bet.
And it's a steakhouse. At least it ain't sushi or something.
Yeah, steakhouse.
Favorite holiday?
Christmas for sure.
Especially now with the little one, that has to be.
Yeah, just Christmas. I don't know. You just have a good feeling of giving, and I feel like I don't even like receiving gifts as much as I like giving gifts and like watching that person's reaction.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, and then just typically you get everybody all together. You know, Thanksgiving, I feel like not everybody puts the effort to always be together.
Yeah.
But I feel like Christmas
Good family
is,
time.
Yeah, Christmas is that time where like nobody's working.
Yeah.
It's, you know, the holiday and you get to be together.
Yeah. Just it sucked it was on Wednesday this year.
Yeah. And New Year's. It was a screwed up.
Yeah.
What app on your phone do you use the most?
I'm sure some analytic on my phone could tell me, but I'm going to say Facebook.
You gotta know how to look for that. See, I don't know how to look for that. So,
Yeah.
how many speeding tickets have you gotten so far in your life?
Like, actually, got not many, probably. Got let off a lot of times.
We get that
Smooth
periodically.
talker?
Or in Connecticut, we were pretty connected, so we knew lots of people.
Were
So,
most of them when you were younger? Because
Yeah.
that tends to be the.
I didn't get, honestly, I haven't gotten a lot of speeding tickets. I would get them, like, dumb times in Knoxville. I was, like, leaving town to go to the airport, and, like, the one section goes, like, 25, 35, 45, and I was doing, like, 40 and a 25 and got pinched.
Yeah.
And luckily, I only got a warning, but
Well, be
Yeah.
careful
Well,
right here.
Rico
I
got
know, here's-
pulled over 2 nights in a row here one year.
yeah, I know they're real strict around here as well. But I think I'm going to say only probably 2 speeding
Oh,
tickets.
that ain't
That's
bad.
awesome.
Yeah.
So, what is the fastest you've ever driven or been in a car going down the highway?
So definitely the fastest I've ever been was my truck race at Michigan. It was a 2-mile track. I think we were doing.
We're talking on the
Just
highway.
on the highway.
Yeah,
We're talking highway.
I don't know because at 160 or whatever plus, I don't look. But when I was younger, I probably went faster. But I'm gonna say 170 probably. But nowadays, I test my cars trying to go 60 to 130 miles an hour. That's like my benchmark. And we have this
Okay.
little draggy device. It's a GPS device, and it'll track your 60 foot, your eighth mile per hour, your quarter mile, your
Breaks it all down
zero
for you.
to 100,
Yeah.
100 to 150. Like it gives you all these metrics.
That's awesome.
To me, I have no interest in going. I do test to 150 sometimes, but I would say like 120, 130. I like going.
So I have to ask, the 0 to 100, I'm assuming you get there quicker than you do from 100 to 150? I don't-
Probably not. So like my car's not good from a launch, so
Okay.
mine's more of a rolling car. So I usually hit it around 40 miles an hour and test like 40 to 150 or 40 to 130.
Okay.
So my car goes just as fast from 60 to 130 as it does 100 to 150.
Okay. I would have thought maybe, you got to that top end. I didn't know.
What do you think your car would go I mean, if you,
Yeah, so those GT500s, they have a dual clutch transmission. It's the first Mustang ever with a dual clutch transmission, and there's not full tuning for the transmission, so it's like locked. So they do not launch good at all. But like with the current mods the car has, it would be like probably a 9.2, 9.3 second car in a perfect world if it launches and hooks up and stuff, which is pretty good. Nowadays, these cars are so fast nowadays, but you know, the car's over 4,000 pounds, and they just absolutely haul ass they defy the law of physics of the weight to power ratio. Like, it does better than what those old metrics used to be.
Oh,
like,
sure.
It should be slower on paper, but it's just amazing how
So
efficient
what
these
you're
cars
saying is, if somebody pulls up next to you on the stoplight, smarts off, you might want to wait until you're halfway to the next stoplight before you
If it's an
challenge them.
all-wheel drive car, they're definitely beat me, and obviously if it's an electric car, they're destroying me. But from a roll, you better have 1,000 horsepower or more, or you're gonna lose from a roll. But,
Well, that's what I said, you gotta wait to smart off till you're up to that 30-mile-an-hour
yeah,
speed.
yep.
So, what's your favorite drink or go-to beverage?
Adult or non-adult
Both,
beverage?
both.
I drink water because I'm short and I don't work out a lot, so I'll be obese and overweight if I drink soda all the time.
Isn't everybody overweight?
as he pointed to me,
Yeah.
You know, don't want to be like this guy.
So Arnold Palmer for sure, unsweet tea with a lemon squeeze in it. That's probably my favorite drink. But then I gotta pee like 5 minutes later, so I can't drink them too much. So I'm a water with lemon water for sure. But yeah, Arnold Palmer, and then I love Crown Apple for an adult beverage. But I don't like drinking like cranberry juice anymore with the sugar. I get like a headache and stuff.
Okay.
So I like Deep Eddy's lemon vodka, which is water, and it tastes like lemonade.
I'm really looking forward to this last one.
so the last one is, you had all the money in the world. What car would you want?
What car? Street car?
Well, whatever.
Anything, whatever's on your bucket list, lottery list.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool cars out there, but I think the engineering side and how amazing the performance is would be the Koenigseggs. I don't know if you know what those cars are.
Nope, never even heard of them
Yeah,
before.
they call them eggs because the last three letters are EGG, I
Sure.
believe. But I struggle with spelling Koenigsegg. But amazing cars. They're hyper cars. They only build, I don't know, 10 or 15 a year each.
Probably why I haven't heard of them.
And they're all over 1,000 horsepower, and they're all 230 plus mile an hour street cars. But they open their doors so unique. The rear engine V8 twin turbos. Very, very cool cars. So if you have all the money in the world, that's like one of the elite.
So the doors,
So if you
they
wanna
go
get
out
David-
and up, or how do they do it?
Yeah, they open and then they swivel up.
Okay, so
It's
they put it like on the front.
Yeah, like it's the only type of car that does that.
So if anybody truly wants to get you a good gift someday,
Well, Todd, yeah, hopefully he's listening. But they're a couple million. But I'm a huge McLaren and Lamborghini guy, so
You ain't getting a McLaren for 50 grand either.
No, you can entry level about 110, 120, get a decent one.
well, we said 20 minutes, we're at 42. So we really got to let you go.
Yeah, no
we
problem.
really appreciate this. It really does mean a lot to Tove and I.
Yes,
And,
I'm sorry I bothered you for so long to keep
Yeah, no
after you,
problem.
but I tell people, I'm gonna keep calling until you tell me, no, I don't wanna do your show.
Yeah.
So, anybody that's listening, if we're calling, you don't wanna do it, just say no, I get it.
Yeah, I'm just busy.
I know.
I'll answer you when I can, and I
Yep.
always try to make it happen. So
Yep.
Yep.
all press is good press,
And we got to come see the new shop, which was cool.
yes, sir.
yeah. So thanks again.
Yeah, thank you
we
guys.
really appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you guys.
I gotta push the other one before the live part's done, but
Yeah, no
I
problem.
just get to sit here.